Crazy Formula One fan conspiracies. Now I'm just new. I mean, relatively new to the sport of Formula One, but I have been a fan of different sports before, specifically football. And I do know that fans, on occasion, tend to think up some rubbish. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can come in here and say, oh yeah, Lewis didn't win because he didn't have breakfast this morning. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that type of stuff. So maybe that's what this is gonna be, but yeah, we'll see. Crazy F1 fan conspiracies, a video by Perspective. He's gonna put some perspective on it. This is the dude that made the iceberg video, the F1 iceberg video. That was really interesting. So let's hop right into it. Host anytime, starting now. No audio?
I love a Formula One conspiracy theory, so much that I have an entire series dedicated to it. And I know that you like them too. In fact, I often get messages from all of you, the viewers, giving me your own conspiracies or some that I should look into for future videos. So I thought it would be a good idea to put the question to you on my Instagram, asking you for your favourite F1 conspiracies, or even your own that you've thought of yourself. Now together we're going to open a can of worms and we're going to go through 5 of your fan conspiracy theories.
Okay. Let's see what some of these fans be thinking of.
Number 1. The FIA let Senna slide in 1990 to make up for the '89 controversy. At Suzuka in 1989, Ayrton Senna and Alain Prost would have a collision that even today is remembered as one of Formula One's most controversial moments ever. Senna had to win if he wanted to keep his championship hopes alive. With Prost leading, Senna was hot on his heels. An overtake was pretty much imminent, but on lap 46, at the final chicane, Senna made his move, and the two drivers would collide. Both looked to be out. Prost definitely was, but Senna got a push from the marshals and continued on with the race. Senna would win, but it was actually just short-lived. Senna was disqualified from the race for missing the chicane when he re-entered the track. McLaren and Ron Dennis attempted to appeal the decision, but it only got worse. Senna was set to be fined 100 grand and banned from racing for 6 months. Senna was absolutely furious, and the war with then FIA president Jean-Marie Balestre was born. Senna accused the FIA of manipulating the championship, and Senna nearly lost his super license for 1990. Meanwhile, Alain Prost was the champion and was seen as a driver who received favoritism, an opinion many hold to this day. So, what happened in 1990? Well, we're at Suzuka again. Ayrton Senna wasn't exactly pleased with starting on pole position on the dirty side of the racetrack. The stewards initially agreed to change it, but unfortunately it didn't go Senna's way, and he really wasn't happy about it. Senna was in yet another title fight with his rival Alain Prost, and if Prost didn't finish the race, then Senna would have been champion of that year. So, at the first corner, Senna went for the gap that definitely did exist, because he is a racing driver. The two collided, both were out of the race. This meant that Senna was the world champion. He wasn't disqualified, he was the champ. The theory suggests that the FIA secretly regretted what they did to Senna the year before, kind of admitting that they were in the wrong, but not publicly. And so they allowed that incident in 1990 to go unpunished. Now, it sort of makes sense, but Balestre was still in charge, and he was the one that stopped pole position from being moved to the clean side of the racetrack. He still had it in for Senna, and Senna still had it in for him. Still, this is definitely a good one. Verdict? Maybe.
Yeah.
Number 2.
That makes sense.
Esteban Ocon doesn't exist. He just appears every now and then.
These are the ones. These are the ones. These little... These ones. These are the ones. These are the ones. These are the ones. This is what I was talking about. Fans be coming up with rubbish. Let's see that again.
Number 2. Esteban Ocon.
Oh my God.
He just appears every now and then at the front. You know what? I was in the paddock and I didn't see. So, verdict? Possible. 1993, the FIA helped Mercedes develop the V6. This story exists on Reddit and on other corners of the internet. The story suggests that Mercedes had some sort of assistance from the FIA.
Another one of them.
Jump on everyone else, putting them ahead of the competition and in pole position for the future. We all know Mercedes started development on their V6 hybrid power units earlier than everyone else.
Okay.
It was a big part of the reason why Lewis Hamilton joined the team. Mercedes were ready for the new era, and their vision and aspirations were extremely high. This one for me is a classic conspiracy theory, not one that I believe.
Yeah, it's not true.
Montezemolo,
it's not true.
Former Ferrari head honcho, claimed that Mercedes began work on the power unit as early as 2007.
Yeah.
Now, I must clarify, this does not mean they had some dodgy under-the-table deal with the FIA. I just truly think Mercedes were looking at the future and were simply ahead. De Montezemolo admitted that the reason Ferrari agreed to new engine regulations was because he didn't want Ferrari to look scared. Verdict? I don't believe it.
Yeah, cat. Let me just pause right. That's just cat. It's not true. It's probably some salty fan that didn't like Mercedes dominance. That's cap right there. Mercedes are a superstar manufacturer with or without F1. Like, you know what I'm saying? You think of cars, you think of Mercedes. So they have the cachet, the mind, the resources to produce exactly what they produced this last 9 years. So that's cap. That's just a salty fan doing salty fan things. But anyways, let's go.
Number 4, Red Bull sabotage. Now this one is a fun one.
Interesting.
It relates to this season and to a driver who has absolutely crushed it since rejoining Toro Rosso / AlphaTauri.
Gasly?
You guessed it, Pierre Gasly. Currently P13 in the standings after 4 races, 4 points behind his teammate Yuki Tsunoda. This theory suggests that Red Bull are somehow sabotaging AlphaTauri, slowing them down and affecting Pierre's performance in order to stop any possibility of him returning to Red Bull.
What?
Now the Verstappen-Perez partnership seems to be working out thus far, a great duo in my opinion. The question of Pierre Gasly and what his future holds is a great discussion. After a bad stint at Red Bull, Pierre was back to his best when he returned to the sister team. He showed great consistency and proved why he deserves to be in Formula 1. The question exists, will Pierre ever return to Red Bull? Red Bull's second driver crisis was a huge problem when Daniel Ricciardo departed from the team. Daniel had his best years at Red Bull. I don't think there's any question about that.
Yep.
Wins, podiums, some of the most entertaining and fun racecraft
Yes,
that I've
sir.
seen
The Honey
Daniel
Badger
was when he was at Red Bull. Sergio Perez was brought in, he brought experience, he kind of stabilised the ship a little bit. Now, he wasn't exactly incredible straight away, but he definitely, in my opinion, has been the best driver in that second Red Bull seat after Daniel Ricciardo left. Red Bull would be very comfortable with their current lineup. It works pretty well. Max and Sergio get along pretty good. We've seen his willingness to be a team player and help Max. I think Red Bull has bigger fish to fry right now. Max does have a title to defend, and it has only been 4 races. I think it's still too early to predict Pierre Gasly's season. Verdict? Fun, but not for me.
No.
Number 5.
That's
something happened to Mercedes at Singapore 2015. Mercedes were the clear favourites for the championship in 2015. It was their second year in what ended up being one of the most dominant periods in Formula 1 history. But when we got to Singapore, it all kind of went wrong for the Silver Arrows. Mercedes would struggle at Marina Bay, qualifying 5th and 6th. Why? Well, there was no answer. It baffled fans and Mercedes themselves. To be so good and suddenly off the pace without any explanation instantly sparked online conspiracies. Some pointed to the power unit simply struggling with the Singapore climate. Others suggested a secret tyre change that caught Mercedes off guard, or even Mercedes being caught with illegal parts by the FIA.
That's a wild,
the whole thing being kept on the down low. The world went back to normal at the next round in Suzuka, and Mercedes 1-2 pretty much killed all conspiracies.
These are wild,
At the time, some even thought it was the beginning of the end for Mercedes F1 dominance. The troubles in Singapore go back to the drivers struggling with their tyres.
This is
Unable
one
to
race,
generate
right?
any heat into the surface of the tyres caused the drivers to lose a lot of traction. It was a hiccup for Mercedes that everyone was kind of confused about at the time. It was very short-lived, but either way, it had a lot of people talking. Toto Wolff was quick to shut down any conspiracy, and the whole thing now is just simply a memory. Verdict? This one's fun. So, what was your favourite please let me know.
Oh, that's
in
the
comment
end?
section. I love hearing your fan theories and your opinions. It's always good to hear. Make sure you follow me on Instagram so that you can get involved in the next one, because I might keep doing more of these from time to time, because it's just fun to make, great to read, and it gets me thinking. Over on Instagram, I always ask for future video
that's the end of the video,
I
I
also
think.
have a lot of behind the...
I think that's the end of the video. The first one you could, you know what I'm saying, you could sort of finesse your way around that first one. They messed up Senna at the beginning, and you could somewhat like force your mind to figure that one out and believe it. But the next 6, yeah, no. Archon is real. What the hell? That one just like, yeah, that's exactly what I thought I was gonna be seeing when I started the video. But yeah, Archon is real. For those that is doubting his realness, he's real. Mercedes are not in cahoots with the FIA. Why? Because right now they're scrubs. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because if they were in cahoots with the FIA, they wouldn't be scrubs right now. And they're scrubs. Don't get it twisted. They're your scrubs. Ferrari's better than them. Red Bull's better than them. And some could argue McLaren at this point is better than them. But yeah, we'll push that aside. And Red Bull is not trying to sabotage AlphaTauri for Pierre Gasly. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no. We're in 2015, Mercedes having like a bad race, and everybody losing their minds. Like, oh, is it the engine? It's the end of the Mercedes era. Like, it's just one race, right? Like, if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. But if it's just one race, that's just bogus, man. Like, one race, oh yes, the end of the Mercedes era. When they're gonna win the championship the next race? Like, come on, bro. Relax. So yeah, the next 5 after that one were complete rubbish. But you can let me know in the comments what you think. But if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.